But really appreciate it. Like I said, it's just really cool hearing your stories, and I'm really looking forward to sharing with our readers.
What I think tourism needs to do a better job, what we don't get enough credit for sometimes, is how much we help the entire industry and how diverse it is. People think, okay, tourism, so it's hotels, restaurants, you know. They don't realize, you know, there are laundry people that are working in the hotels.
Right.
There are banks that are working to finance these deals. You know, if you look at the total impact of tourism, it is about helping all those little businesses that support the industry. So when we're supporting that, we're supporting all these other businesses as well, not just hotels and attractions and restaurants.
Greensboro is one of those cool cities, and it's also an interesting one in the fact that you know, you have a large population in a city that is growing very fast right now. There's affordable living there. There's a large population base, big consumer base. There's activities happening there. So there's a real potential for it to transform into that hipster cool community where you can afford to live there after you graduate out of school, or you can afford to live there as a young professional, or you know, a creative class person or something. But transitioning into a community like that would be a very natural progression for Greensboro. But the exciting news for today, I mean, is really the fact that we've got big manufacturers coming into town, which, you know, those are manufacturers coming to town because they see it as a place that's exciting to be and a place that people would want to live. And that's you know, for us, for tourism, that's business transient traffic. It's group business that comes into town. It's friends and family and relatives, which are huge segments for us. And it also creates that economic funding that we're going to need to develop that more exciting component of the community, that cultural component, component of the community that gives it the soul it needs and has. So it's bright days for it. I can't wait to fast forward 10 years and see where it's at.
We just built a new sports complex, the Lee County Athletic Park. We're building a regional farmers market, the PSAM. We're renovating our depot. So there's so much being built to provide a quality of life, to make it a place people love to live. I think a lot of people did love to live and stayed there, but we weren't necessarily attracting new residents.
Right.
But all of these things have had a result of being desirable for tourists too. So when you see your community becoming higher quality of life, then other people want to come visit and experience that, and it's affordable to move there as well. So our number one residence at the Welcome Center our number one visitor is new residents.
Oh, really?
Coming in to check out at the Welcome Center to check out the community and see if they'd like to make that a permanent home. If people move, when they come in the Welcome Center, they said, this is a great place to live. You know, we're like, welcome. Why did you come here? You know, we love it here. It's a great place to live. So talking about adapting to the culture we have, people are really embracing, I think, the culture that our communities have built, have had and preserved, and then built with the advancements that we have. We're preserving all of that.
It is just exploding. Golf obviously is our bread and butter. It's the DNA. We're a home of American golf. I mean, we don't deny that. We're very proud of it. Now that we've got the U.S. Open every 5 or 6 years through 2047, USGA has built Golf House Pinehurst. We've got the World Golf Hall of Fame and the USGA Experience. It is a never-ending cycle of who's going to top who when it comes to golf. Right. And as Pinehurst is expanding, especially with the sand mines to the south of town, with Pinehurst number 10, number 11, they just opened up a restaurant there, Station 21. Kelly Miller and his ownership group with Pine Needles, Mid Pine, Southern Pines Golf Club, they're renovating the Mid Pines Inn and Pine Needles. With those golf courses, there are 3 of the best on-the-balls golf courses you will play in the country, much less North Carolina. And so that's going to be spectacular. And that'll all be built before the U.S. Open in 2029, which returns not only with the U.S. Open, but back-to-back with the men's and the women's in consecutive weeks. The only place that's ever happened is Pinehurst in 2014.
I think technology has helped. We've got some advantages, really. Technology is helping us in the way people can find smaller places now. It's easier to reach people. It's more, bifurcated as to where people are getting their information. But with social media and things like that, smaller destinations, which I think we have a lot of in the state, can do a better job of reaching people, and people can get more information about them more easily and get there. I think, the work lifestyle now allows people to spend days remote and actually get out and see places, get a little further from the big cities. So I think that's a continued advantage for us as a state, because so much of our area is not just big cities. Right. It's really interesting places.